Let's go. We're going to hop into game number 1 of Oklahoma State University versus Louisville. As soon as I find the match IDs, there they are. I know I saved them in a couple places. And, we're going to take a look, watch these. We're not going to do what we did last night, which was zone out literally a couple times. And that's because I was going from like 7:30 yesterday morning to like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And I just didn't give myself a break or decide to caffeinate myself beforehand. But we're Lonnied up tonight, so we are ready to go. I'm going to finish snacking real quick, and then we'll hop into game number 1 just in a moment. Actually, we'll just hop in now. We can talk about it while I snack. I think that's fine. I think that's okay. Let's get the webcam off, though. Let's see the whole entire screen. You know what I mean? All right, blue team is going to be Oklahoma State University. Red team is going to be Louisville. Or Louisville. I guess it depends how you look at it, dude. I don't know. Louisville. Who knows, really? First band Thor here. Thor, really good. We saw that in the game I just played. If you did not just see the set I just played, Thor got a triple dunk at Gold Fury, and that really just kind of blew the game open for them. So it led to a triple kill. I think he picked up another kill after it. So Thor, good. Semi-ultimate ult, always good. Can't go wrong with that. Freya, one of the best mage ADCs, and just ADCs in general right now, really just kind of popping off across the board. Not a bad pickup here. We also see the Soul band away here. Again, Soul, Disapparate, just good damage across the board. Can't go wrong with that. Ao Kuang, actually I think is the top pick band assassin mage right now. And just jungler in general, plays multiple roles and just has that execute way to just burst people down. Humbats banned away again. Really surprised to see the Humbats banned here, because obviously you have the Fear No Evil, you have to worry about that CC coming out. But I'm curious as to why they banned it here. Maybe they know the enemy jungler is a big Humbats fan. I'm assuming that has to be the case. And then the last ban here is going to be the Surtur, the new god to make it into comp. Has been troublesome for some. But game number 1, the first pick is going to be Kronos. Kronos, I, in a lot of ways, think he is probably the worst mage ADC right now. Not that any of them are bad. It's just like with Freya, a lot more burst damage. Soul has the Disapparate, great burst damage, great AoE damage. Oleron has a teamfight ultimate that's really, really good. But we saw last night that this Kronos can kind of pop off. So I think you do have to worry a little bit about Kronos. Obviously, you have that CC. If you let him get to late game, he is going to run the game, literally because of his passive. But overall, I think Kronos has, kind of fallen off the map this season when it comes to mage ADCs. You expect that you might see him, but so far it has not been the case. Louisville is going to go ahead and lock in the Maui Tiamat combo here. Maui. Very, very good support. Probably the most supportive support they've released in some time. Really, just that whole entire kit does a great job. Tiamat really popping off with the meta mid build right now. You have those minions. You have great poke. You have mitigations built into your kit with your passive. Just a great pickup here. And that's followed up by Athena Kukulane. And Athena, as we just saw, I think Athena is flexible in multiple roles. I think she provides a lot to the team, especially when you start talking about, that taunt and getting some AoE damage in here. I'm expecting that OSU looks for some type of AoE burst mage in their comp, and probably a nice burst jungler too. We'll have to see. And then Kukulane, just one of the top picked solos right now. I'd have to say he's definitely in the top 5. He has everything you want in his kit. When he rages out, kind of goes ham. It also can just be a little bit of a lane bully if you don't pick into him well. And then the last part of phase number 1 pick here is going to be the Ishtar. Ishtar, one of the best hunters in the game right now, but I think probably outclassed a little bit by Rama. But she does have that opportunity to play aggressive and, get in, get out of there, and do a great job with clear. Now, the 2 bans immediately here are going to be Merlin, pretty much the counter to Tiamat in the sense of they if you see one, you generally see the other, either banned or picked, does a great job with the mage meta build right now. Not too surprised to see this Merlin banned away. Great clear, great objective, control. Overall, just a good pick here. Kleena has been dominating the jungle the past couple weeks, actually, just been doing really, really well. So not surprised to see either of those two fall by the wayside with the bans. But then, on the other side, we see the Thanatos again. You don't want to deal with those executes. You don't want to deal with this feast-type famine god. And then Fenrir just able to Ragnarok and just pull people in, and really just does a lot in the early game, can provide you with a snowball. Not surprised to see that assassin get banned out. But the Nike is the pick here for Louisville, and I'm kind of surprised. We haven't seen a lot of Nike, especially in the solo lane, so I'm really curious to see how this is going to play out. Obviously, it has that huge shield that provides that slow. Rend being one of the most damaging abilities of the game at level 1. I think this could go really, really well here. And now the lock-in is going to be Baba Yaga. We love to see it, honestly. Love some Baba Yaga. Curious to see how the build goes here. I've seen a lot of different Baba Yaga builds come about with several stacking and not stacking items. Let's see, is it Tablet, Book of Toth? Sometimes you see that Prophetic Cloak in there. Really just curious to see what's built. And then we see Poncho lock in the set again. And if you were here last night for the Louisville versus Marshall set, Poncho popped off on this set with a Fire Giant Steel and an unofficial Penta. So curious to see how this goes. I do think set involves needing a lot of dive and setup, or else gets kind of left out there on their own. And you really have that here with the Athena, the Kukulane, the Baba Yaga, even the Kronos can provide set everything he needs. So really like the draft here by OSU. I think they have a good AoE and good single target. They have great CC across the board. So we'll have to see how it ends up going for them. But on the other side here, waiting for the last pick for Louisville. And the question is, what are they going to lock? They need a jungler. Are they going to look sort of something like the Daji? Are they looking for the Sasano? We've seen some Nem. What's the plan here? And the answer is, I don't know yet. I have no idea. I have a feeling we're going to do something with a little bit of CC. But I was wrong. It's a Camazotz. Surprised to see that go through as the pick here. Camazotz, is kind of good. When you think about when you have OSU's team, you're looking at it, you're like, okay, if I'm Kama, I can just ult out. I don't have to worry about the taunt. I don't have to worry about set ult. I don't have to worry about Baba Yaga ult. I can just go up in the air, fly away. So I think that's a good pick here for Louisville. But let's head into game number 1 of Oklahoma State University versus Louisville for the Collegiate Smite featuring from Albion Giants League and NECC Esports. Alrighty, I finished my snack. We're good. We're now into game number 1. And the one thing I always like to talk about here is, what's the plan? What's the start that we're going to see here? We see a lot of different starts from different teams. I think that's one of the nice things about Season X so far, is when it comes to the jungle start at the beginning of the game, it depends on which each teams find valuable and how they want to clear. Sometimes we see all 3 camps pulled. Sometimes we see all 4 start on the left side with duo. So you might see like jungle support carry over here and the early gank over into duo. There's been a lot of variety in starts, and that's something that we love to see because it allows for diversity in the gameplay. I always think that's important. But it looks like we are going to see a little bit of a different start here on the duo side. We're going to see OSU go for the triple pull here, while Louisville goes for the double pull. And while I'm thinking about it, give me 1 second, because I feel dumb right now. And I know I spelled Louisville right, chat, but I went and looked anyways, because it was one of those things that I just looked at it and I felt like it was wrong. and I hate when that happens. You know, that's one of those things that can slightly concerning when you look at something, you're like, is that spell right? And that just happened to me. That is a sad time. But OSU is going to change it up. They actually are just going to go with the double pull here. And probably more efficient. I do like this pathing. This pathing is kind of sick. It's not a lot of times you see this behind pathing. I do think it might actually be more efficient than going the other way. I have yet to test it for myself, but I like it. We haven't seen any other team do that besides OSU that I've casted. So, pretty cool. And now the question is, what are the junglers going to do? Are they going to meet in mid and then go to speed? Are they going to go straight to speed? Are they going to go duo? It looks like they will clash in the mid lane to start off the game here. And Binky Baby just getting in there early, getting that wave. And now Deceitful eating some damage there. And this is where things kind of get interesting, is the junglers, do they split for speed, then go to duo, or they come back to mid? But Iggy just poked out here. Oh my goodness, absolutely low. The taunt's good, but there's no follow-up damage that can reach. And now left-hand Morty is in trouble. The tower finishes off the kill. Everything just went wrong there, as Iggy was so low, able to turn that around. A great play by the Maui, just stepped up a little bit too far there. Was left-hand Morty, an unfortunate fall. Oh my goodness. And now you see the Camazotz has rotated over Binky Baby. It says, hey, I know you guys got the support, but can we get more here? Coopstick, still level 2, looking for a way out. The Camazotz goes in. The damage is there. The leap from the Maui, but the beads get CC off of both of them. But no, the pool confirms it, and now that's another fall down in the duo lane. Poncho making the rotation over, trying to get something off of this. Left-hand Morty's taunt is already down here on the Athena. Can they find anything? They'll know. They'll just get the wave. And now Iggy playing aggressive here after just barely surviving early on. And Poncho looking to get that poke going. Iggy could be in trouble here. There's the taunt, eating a ton of damage. I don't know if they know that Binky Baby is still chilling over here by the Gorp. Now they will back off as Coopstick makes the rotation in. Binky Baby leaves, so this is going to be good. Just a nice little reset here for OSU. Little spill early on there in the duo lane, but that's going to be okay, as now they can try to reset over here by these Harpies. And Poncho steals a couple away. I think he might have got all 3 of them, to be honest. A huge play there to get some of that farm off them. Take a look over at the solo lane, see how it's going with our early game solos. Nothing usually too interesting happening over here unless there's a cringe gank by a jungler. That's not what we have this game, but great damage here by Great Value. Punkies has to jump away. Back over in duo. OSU not letting that start dissuade them from stepping up. And then they say, hey, purple buff spawning. Let's go back there. Let's get our purple. Let's not do anything crazy. Let's not step up to that tower line again. And that's the one thing you have to worry about with this Maui, is Maui having that opportunity with that pull. And you kind of forget about it because it doesn't feel like it's going to pull you that far, and then it does. So this doesn't feel the same as like a Sylvanas pull or something like that. It's that constant little bit of a pull of the time that gives you that safety, that security, and then it's ripped away from you. Now you gotta watch out here. Binky Baby's over here. Great Value goes for the kill. Oh my goodness, Poinky just barely lives. If that's a bluestone, instead Poinky's dies. But now Great Value is the one that could be in trouble. Binky Baby going for the kill here. He has good damage. The Camazot's up in the air. That's the bat out of hell, and he puts him down. Binky Baby gets a kill over in the solo lane. Poncho now hovering over here on the solo side. Looking at this Camazotz, knows the ultimate is down. There's the Kingslayer. Is there a kill to be had? Here comes the ultimate from the Athena. Boom, Poncho gets the kill. A great dive in by left-hand Morty. Now Poinkies is here. Poinkies could be in trouble, though. There's nothing there. Ooh, nice knockup. Poncho's the one's in trouble instead. The ultimate from the Nike comes through and secures the kill. Nice little trade by Louisville there. And now Great Value stepping back up. Are they going to look to fight Poinkies here? They know the ultimate's down. The teleport's down. If you get something off of this is kind of huge. I don't think they're going to be able to find anything. And Great Value did pick up the Warding Sigil this game. Looking to, probably go that mitigation build, which will feel pretty good against this team. So not too surprised. If you can get that online here on the Cuckoo lane, I think that's a good idea here. The Athena already with a Prophetic Cloak online. And it's going to be Warlock Staff as the first item here for the Baba Yaga. Not something we see too often, but a great item nonetheless. Gives you health, gives you pin, gives you everything you could possibly want early on. I'm curious to see what is the next item going to be, and will it be more stacking, while on the other side you have Solid picking up the Tablet of Destinies. So we'll have to see how's the stacks go for Tiamat here. Looking at the, we talked about it, 5 minutes when that item came online. Will it pay off here? Will they be able to get something out of that? Other than that, pretty standard builds across the board here. Nothing too crazy. Coopstick also has a staff being built. And I'm wondering, is that a Warlock staff for Kronos as well? I'm curious now. My intrigue has been had, and I'm curious to see what is that item going to be once Coopstick's backs. I don't know if we're going to find out soon. Looks like Coopstick is backing right now, so maybe we do find out. It's going to be crazy if two... There it is. It's a Warlock staff for the Kronos as well. Actually really surprising. Not something you get to see out of the carries too often. I've actually built it a couple times, and it does feel pretty good. But I'm a little bit surprised to see it here. We usually see a lot of like the Book of Toth, or going straight into Telekines, some moves like that. And that's not the case here, so a little bit surprised. Little battle happening in the mid lane. The CCs from both the supports connecting, they're hitting each other. But other than that, just some poke damage. Nothing too crazy here. As Deceitful was going to stack this Warlock staff like nobody's business thanks to Baba's passive in house. Poncho did step up looking to try to invade the purple. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to find it. And now it's just back to farming away here. Some interesting positioning by both teams here. They're looking for something, but they just haven't been able to find it yet. And look at this. It's a rotation into the mid lane. You have Binky, Iggy, and GR here. But on the other side, Poncho's here as well, but not on the right side of the fight that you want to be when your team's on the other side of the wall and you're a set. Binky baby could be in trouble here. Coopstick makes the rotation. There's the CC. It connects. Now the ultimate coming through by left-hand Morty, and it's Camazotz that's in trouble. Binky baby having to get away, and Iggy steps up to peel, and now Iggy gets half health almost, and was the leap going to come through? There it is. Oh, but it's in the wrong direction. Never mind. Spectator problems. Never mind. I lied. Deceitful picks up a kill on the Tiamat, and OSU continuing to get on the board here, trying to turn it around. Iggy stayed for a very long time and came back in, and now could end up falling here on this Maui, but instead walks out with a little bit of health. Nothing too crazy there. Actually kind of wild that they're still alive. And it's still staying. I mean, if that Baba Yaga decides to throw a potion, you might die. Or if the ult was up, you definitely are. But now it's a landfall to confirm a lot of damage, and it's Deceitful Dougie that falls instead. The bait and switch here by the Maui is absolutely huge. Iggy plays it perfectly, picks up 2 kills there for Louisville. Just sets him up, and that is wild. Now Binky baby looking to fight left-hand Morty on this Athena. And that's a 3 for nothing after the Maui just stays. Iggy goes, I'm going to sit on this tower. We're going to see if they dive me, and got what they wanted. Great play there by the Maui. This is going to open up an early Gold Fury, and this is going to be pretty quick here. I mean, this Gold Fury is going to fall pre-9 minutes, which is not something we get to see too often. Definitely doable, but it's not something we see too often. We don't see teams go for it this early, and I don't know particularly why. Now Louisville does pick that up. And OSU is going to have to reset here. They got some good kills there before that fight went awry, before they dove the Maui. So I think this is fine. A little bit of a dive sometimes can get punished like that, and that's okay. I mean, everything else has been going pretty smooth. And they're not too far behind here. You're talking about 1,600 gold. It looks like, oh my goodness, they actually don't stop the back of Iggy. Oh my goodness. Poncho puts out some good damage along here. We're trying to get a taunt onto this Camazotz. Was left-hand Morty. But look at this. Phantom Right rotating in. Phantom Right wants to back up Binky. And Coopstick steps up and just starts fighting this Ishtar. Great CC. Here's the ultimate through. Can they get the kill? And the answer is yes. They put down Phantom Right in the left. And now that I think about it, we have a left-hand Morty and a Phantom Right in the same game. Interesting, to say the least. Great value and Poinkies. They're still over here fighting away, hitting each other, and it's still an advantage for great value as far as the health pool. Now the XP pool in favor of Poinkies here. Here comes our Ren looking for that damage. Great value. He is going to step up and fight in this wave. Now Poinkies leaps away. Great value will rage out, and Binky Baby is going to be over here. It looks like Great Value is going to go for that bash and look to try to get some extra gold online here. But Binky's going to try. Oh, that ult's already through, and now Great Value's under the tower eating some poke, and Binky Baby is here. There's the jump in. There's the ultimate. Slowed, knocked up. Great Value just stepped up a little too far and is now going to pay the price. Great rotation by Binky Baby, and just even better job by Poinkies there, just holding everything until, you know, the Camelot's over there with you to make sure you can get that damage off. Back over on the mid side, and you know, see some farming going off, nothing too crazy. But look at this, Poncho getting ran at here by Binky Baby, and this could be problematic. There's no peel. It's unfortunate. Poncho is gone, and now the Deceitful Ducky is doing the 1v1 against Solid, but it's not going to be a 1v1 for too much longer. Going up into the house, can you do something to get damage off and bring them away from you? And the question is, no, landfall, a little bit off the mark, but at least zones off some of the path. Iggy dives up to the tower. Now, Binky Baby has to leave, but Solid and Iggy are just absolutely healthy. They're going to get some farm, and then they're going to just, they might go back in. Deceitful Ducky looking to step up, but there's nothing to step up for. The Oracles are gone. Back over on the duo side. It's a 1v1 between Coopstick and Phantom Right. And Phantom Right already has the beads. Left hand Morty knows this. The dash in, the taunt. The taunt didn't pull in? Wait a minute. What? Beads was down. I am mind-boggled. Poinkies makes a rotation to duo, and this is a scary time for anybody that plays ADC, is when the solo just teleports over and says, yeah, we're going to fight now. Coopstick still running, is going to be able to get out. And now Poncho counter-rotating here, looking to try to do something to Louisville here. But Louisville has Binky Baby not far behind it. Poncho goes in. Binky Baby's going to rotate in as well, but Binky Baby's going to rotate in anyways. Poncho picks up the kill on Phantom Right. And here comes the Camazon. The blink in. Coopstick in trouble. The reset is good. What just... You let the reset go off? What is going on right now? That is absolutely wild. And then the fight is breaking out. The solo laners are both here. There's no Gold Fury up yet, so even if they win this fight, it's not guaranteed they're going to get an objective. Binky Baby has to leap out, but Great Value is doing just what the name says, getting great value for everything, every part of the kit in this fight. Binky Baby steps back up. They're looking to poke out this Kuka lane. You see the backs going off. Left hand Morty backing. Coopstick has to back. Poncho still hovering around back here, getting some farm while it's up. Coopstick actually goes to pull the purple. Louisville steps up and says, hey, we're not going to give that to you for free. And this could be problematic for OSU. OSU has to back off a little bit. They will not confirm their purple. Louisville does get the steal, and now they're going to go to the Oni Fury because they just are healthier overall, and they're going to be able to get it. This is going to be a second Gold Fury in their favor, and this time it's Oni Fury. This is huge for them. It's going to give them the minions that they need to push down a tower, or really even open up the map for a fire giant sooner rather than later. I mean, we're talking about within 5 minutes. At the way they're pacing, they could go for it, but OSU steals it away. Left hand Morty goes ham on the Athena, makes the way in and steals the Oni Fury away from the grasp of Louisville. Holy, what a crazy, past 2 minutes. And now Binky Baby's in trouble. Deceitful picks up the kill. There's the ult in by left-hand Morty. And Deceitful is just still stepping up, not afraid of the Tiamat and the Nike. And just staying here, throwing the potion over the wall. I don't know if you could take this trade right now. Poncho coming in. It's going to help turn this around. Into the house they go. And now Solid falls down. And OSU is turning this game around into their favor after a fight goes, in their favor and then goes bad in the duo lane. And Phantom Right gets put down too. It is a Gold Fury steal in a 2 or 3 for nothing at this point in favor of OSU, and a tower. This is a huge gold swing in their favor. They were down gold, and now they're up 3,300 gold in the matter of minutes. Back over in the mid lane, you see the Maui looking to get aggressive. Iggy looking for something here. Instead, won't find much, but that's okay. Deceitful Ducky backs off. Let's see where Deceitful Ducky's at in the build. You know, picks up a Karen's coin. We see the Prophetic getting stacked pretty well here for Left Hand Morty into a Thebes. You know, what we see early on here for Poncho is we see a Bloodforge second item, and that's huge. You know, if you get a kill, you're going to be able to run it down this set, and that's a scary, scary time for anybody. Digging the build here out of Coopstick, you know, getting that Polynomicon. And one thing I have been liking with Hunters is not them going crit immediately, and we do see that here for Phantom Right. Picking up the Aussie, the Xe into a Kins, and just getting a lot of attack speed pin online, and then also just Hell Shred. It's going to feel pretty good. Binky Baby looking for something here, trying to find Poncho. The Blink In is now down, and now this Camazotz could be in trouble. Does still have the Bat Out of the Hell, though. They can afford to be here. And this 3v3 is going kind of crazy. Coopstick is over here, and now all 5 members of both teams are in the right side jungle. Deceitful Ducky is just there in between all the members and goes into the house. Home Sweet Home is there and trying to send someone to the gray screen, which would be the home sweet home that they want them to go to. Look at this. Binky Baby is shredded down. The Camazotz is in trouble. Left-handed Morty could have dashed in, but instead they're going to look for this Nike put down. And now it's backs coming through for Louisville, and you have to ask yourself, what do we want to take? And it's going to be a Pyromancer for OSU. Do have to shout out the TMI here. You know, 11 minutes ago, picks up the Tablets of Destiny. Already has 26 stacks on it. Stacking pretty well. We also see the Bloodforge for Binky Baby on this Camazotz. Both of the assassins here, the junglers wanting to pick this up. They want to get the shield reset off their kills. Kind of big for both. Now, we do see some variety in solo lane. We see the Contagion here for the Nike into Glad Shield, whereas on the side of the Kook lane, just a full mitigation build is the plan. Getting that Phantom, getting the Glad Shield, then into Oni Hunter's Garb. Now, Deceitful Ducky in trouble, stuck between 4 members. Louisville wants the kill, will get it. Had to commit some ults to it, but that's okay. And now, Louisville knows they're going to, you know, it's a 5v4 in their favor if they want to force an objective. And right now, they're not going to do it. They send Phantom Right back to left lane. Solid gets taunted, but it doesn't matter here. Poncho is going in here. There's the landfall. Great landfall. Gets 2 for the value of 1 ultimate. Iggy trying to get out, ends up falling. Did save the life of the mid laner for now, but not for long, as Solid falls again. Poncho now 5-3-2 on this set. And with those picks, you'd think they're going to go for an objective here. They said they say, hey, we're going to back off. We're going to get some items. Deceitful says, hey, I'll go over and deal with left lane. Ishtar will get the tier 1 maybe, but not going to get more than that. And the rest of OSU starts heading to the Fire Giant. It's 4 members there. The Athena ult is down. They know Poinkies and Binky Baby are here. And Binky Baby just absolutely demolished. Great value. Picks up the kill. Now Poinkies is in trouble here. And now there's the dash, there's the taunt, and a Poncho picks up another kill. This is absolutely terrifying for Louisville. The early lead that they had has just gone. The past 5 minutes, they went from leading to being behind almost 6,000 gold. Fire Giant now being pulled here for OSU. And if you're Louisville, you're going to have to defend it. You're going to have to see, can you take it away, or is there someone you can pick? And I have to imagine the person that you're looking for is going to be Coopstick or Poncho. Instead, great value getting poked out. The Fire Giant under 25% health. The Chronosol already down. Phantom Right. Back to the gray screen you go. Solid looking for some kills. Aegis out of Coopstick. Now the Fire Giant. The leash was dropped, but great value is low. Has to retreat. Poncho takes down Solid. This is an insane fight because Iggy is looking for something. Iggy is trying to find Left Hand Morty, and Left Hand Morty lives with the just insane amount of health there. I mean, like, it had to be under 100 health. Poinkies rotates in, finishes off the kill. Meanwhile, on the left-hand side, it's Deceitful Ducky on the Baba Yaga fighting the Camazotz. And this Camazotz has to retreat, cannot stay. Huge plays across the board here. And I need to give my voice a smidge of a rest, so let me hydrate real quick while we have a break in the action. By the way, Deceitful Ducky does now have Book of Thoth online, which is stacking for free, while his teammates get Primal Fury for free. And there it goes. Primal Fury will go down in favor of OSU. Going to let them have that extra damage buff towards camps, and that Fire Giant has to feel pretty good here. And right now, I mean, this is really, really well played by OSU. Just complete control over the map. But I do have to say, look at Louisville's warding here on the right-hand side. Really great warding on their side and the opposing jungle. Having those sentries up and just making sure they have vision of everything around the fire, of where everybody would be. So that way, they know if OSU is going to step up to it. They thought about going on a great value inside. That wasn't going to be the value they wanted. And now it's OSU pulling the Pyromancer as well. They just got a Gold Fury. Pyromancer just get instantly melted. There's the Runic Bomb pip up. And that's 2 Runic Bombs now for OSU, which has to feel pretty good. And they will. They'll look at a Fire Giant. They're going to go in on it. All 5 members are here this time. And right now, Phantom Right is in the left-hand side, looking to push a Tier 1 tower, but instead backs. OSU is full committed to this Fire Giant. They know Poinkeys is here, but they know where everybody is. They have vision. Deceitful Ducky just doing some good little zoning there on the left-hand side. Fire Giant low. They need the confirmed landfall. Hits Poncho. This could be scary. This is a trade that they didn't necessarily want. OSU gets the fire. Deceitful Ducky picks up a kill. Poncho picks up a kill as well. This has gone terribly for Louisville. There's the double for Poncho. And now is Divine on the set. And they pick up another kill. A triple kill in favor of Poncho. What an insane turnaround there. It looked like Louisville was going to be able to steal that away and possibly pick up a kill or two. Instead, OSU says, no, we're going to take that and some more. Now with a 10,000 gold lead and a Fire Giant at 22 minutes, they are going to look for a Tier 2 tower and get it. They're going to look for a Phoenix, and they're going to get it. And the question is, what is next on the menu? You have to imagine they're either going to back and spend their gold, or they're going to go for another Tier 2. We do see some backs going off. Camazotz is here. They're all here. But now, look at this. There is another Tier 2 for the taking. And this gold lead is going to start spiraling even harder in favor of OSU. But right now, OSU cannot take that Tier 2 tower. 4v3. They back off. They have a wave. They said, hey, we could do something. The carry stay behind. This is a risky move. This is not where you want to be if you're Coopstick with a Camazotz behind you. But Deceitful Ducky says, this is exactly where I want to be. I'm going to go into home sweet home and throw out the damage, and the damage is good. Coopstick with the kill. Poncho with an immortal. There's the double, the triple. Oh my god. Could be a quadra. Goes into the godlike. Absolutely insane play here on the set. And literally, I'm a little bit mad with my teammate. There's the Dia side. OSU just gets popping off there. And that is a Dia side, and that will be the game for game number 1. All right, Louisville has to ban Set. There is no way they let that through. There's no way. You gotta ban this. You gotta. This man on Set is a scary. That's cracked. Look, I played a lot of Set. I've done some solo 1v3s and just popped off when I used to play Set jungle. I used to go. I used to run games, bro. This is insanity. You cannot let that happen. Yeah, the 5-man cuckoo ult in that fight, insane. I don't know. I don't know how Fire Giant doesn't get stolen, but I also don't know how you get great value out of this cuckoo lane in that fight. No pun intended, but maybe there is. The ults here by the cuckoo lane, the rage and the way great value was able to play that, absolutely insane. Just perfection. Overall, just an absolute great game there by OSU. If you're talking about hey, how can we turn this game around? Early you're down and then you're like, all right, guys, here's what we got to do, and just executed what they needed to do. The game plan was there, and they executed it. For Louisville, I mean, Iggy was kind of doing some work here on this Maui. I think that's something you kind of have to watch out for early on. Poinkies with the Nike, I didn't really know what to expect going into it. Haven't seen a lot of Nike in comp, but I think Poinkies on this Nike was pretty good. I do think early on, Camazot seemed like it was going to be pretty good. I don't know about this pick. I think that's something maybe they change next time. The Tiamat, I think, could have done well. I think it's hard when you get behind. So curious to see what Louisville comes out with next time. But OSU really took, as soon as they took the turn the lead around, then it really just changed up the game for them. But that was game number 1 of Oklahoma State University versus Louisville. We're going to hop into game number 2 momentarily. I'm going to drink some water, and then we'll be right back in just a minute. All right, let's head into game number 2. Oklahoma State University versus Louisville. We do have to change up the spectator real quick. Make sure that we have the right teams on the right side. This will be Louisville. This will be OSU. And right now it's in favor 0-1 in OSU's favor. If you missed game number 1, you can go back and watch the VOD. This will also be posted to YouTube this weekend, so make sure to go check it out there. Along with all the other content we're doing, there will be a 10.3 patch notes breakdown posted for next week, so you can check that out. I break down all the patches, so if you don't want to read through it, I talk about what the devs say in their notes, what I think is going to happen, and much more. And you can go check out the other content there. There's cast, there's patch notes breakdown, there's A to Z, there's all sorts of fun stuff. We're working on some other things too, but keep an eye out for all that content. And if you ever have a question or suggestion, make sure to ask. And also, if you're just interested in getting games cast because you play comp, reach out. Make sure to DM me. I will try to find a way to get your games casted. Even if it's not me being able to do them, I'll try to get you with the right people. But let's hop into game number 2, picks and bans, and see what's happening. And early on, we see the Freya ban. We've seen this all the time. Freya's really good. But look at this. Put some respect on their names. Coopstick and Poncho get bans thrown at them for the set and the Chronos. Both those picks went hard that game, but that set has been devastating for Poncho, so I'm not surprised to see that get taken off the board here. OSU says, "Hey, we're going to stick with the same type of idea here. We don't want to deal with this soul. We don't want to deal with Thor. And you know what? Solid. We're going to take away your Tiamat because you played it pretty well and it was annoying, and we don't want to deal with that again." And then you have Louisville coming out and they say, "Hey guys, you know what we're going to do? We're going to pick up this Surtur that's new to comp. We're going to run it down in the solo lane. Well, let's see how that pans out." Surtur having that Meteor ult that allows him to dive in, get all the knockups, put imps on the ground. Very much kind of like Yorm. Being able to cause like a lot of distraction and things like that in the fights with those knockups and just being able to be everywhere. Also just has a giant AoE for clear and can run it down. Very, very good in the solo lane. Kind of a bully. But I think kind of falls off later off in the game. I think he early to mid, feeling pretty good. But what do we see here for OSU? We see a Kleena, which was banned away last game, and now that Set's off the table, well, Kleena's almost the next best thing. In my opinion, I do love some Set, and I would say closely related to Set of gods I like to play in the jungle is Kleena. So not surprised to see that here. Going to be able to hide in those walls, get good damage off, tearing the veil, getting that just large AoE is going to, or just single like straight line damage followed up by you have an AoE, silence that you can throw out for damage. Overall, Kleena does everything you want to do. And it's going to be a Athena again here for left-handed Morty. And if it's anything like last game, that Athena set up a lot of good kills. And GR Solid says, hey, you take away my Tiamat, that's fine with me. I'm going to pick up the Merlin. And we'll have to see how that pans out this game. You know, great objective shred, great clear. The question is it going to be able to be set up? Are you going to be able to get that damage off? And to be able to set up that damage, they said, hey, we're going to get Iggy this Ares. We're going to burn your beads or you're going to get pulled in, and we're going to do a lot of damage. I really like this pick. As long as you're hitting your chains, this pick feels good. We'll have to see how it ends up going here in game number 2, but I'm really curious about this Ares pick going forward for sure. And then we will see great value getting the choo-choo yet again. And I have to say, that's a scary time. We saw some great ultimates and great just, play out of the choo-choo last game. Let's see how it pans out this game. But bans coming through, ban away the Humbats yet again. They don't want to deal with that beads burn. And really, the Fear No Evil with Ares can be very, very problematic, so getting that out of the way. Also getting rid of this Fenrir, being able to pick up a character and just blow them up with your team, pretty good. So not surprised to see either of those fall down here. Over for the bans on Louisville, they say, hey, we're going to get rid of that Baba Yaga. We don't want to see that again, Deceitful Ducky. You're going to have to play something new, and they're going to ban away the Agni, which has been a, top mage for a long time, considered to be the pinnacle of balance, and really not too surprised to see Agni taken away here. Great artillery damage, a great way to deal with a Merlin. So they don't want to deal with Deceitful Ducky on those picks, and I respect it. I get it. But what's going to be the first pick here for OSU out of these Phase 2 bans is the question. They need an ADC. They need a mid, unless that's Kleena either of those roles, which I don't think it is. I do think that's Kleena jungle. We'll have to see. But I'm curious to see what's going to be valued here. Do you go ahead and pick up a hunter that has a CC immune ultimate because of the Ares? Do you decide to wait and pick up something else? For your mid instead? I think there's a lot of options here that are really interesting and good, but I'm really curious to see which they value in this slot. Which one do they want to have full counter pick potential in that last pick slot? We're going to have to see. But I have to think, like, you got Ishtar, you got Ramen, and oh my god, I thought it, and I wish I said it out loud. I was going to say I wanted to see a Poseidon because I think it would go hard. I literally was going to say it about 10 seconds ago. And I was like, I'm not going to say it. That sounds dumb. No one's going to believe me. They're going to be like, Blaze an idiot. No, dude. Poseidon in this comp goes so hard. Oh, my God. And they lock Izzy into it. I love this pick. I love it. They get Ravana. That's unfortunate. Ravana's going to be able to get out of your damage. And, it has the CC immunity. But I love everything about a Poseidon pick here. You have a cripple. You have good damage with your tidal wave. You have AoE autos. You have Kraken. I think this is an absolute huge pick here, and this leads us. And the other crazy part is I've been playing this pick in ADC. This is a flex pick. You could go ahead and pick up a different mid laner, or you can pick up an ADC because this is your mid laner. I think this is insane. I think this is a great draft pick here. Definitely my favorite pick of the draft. So we'll have to see what happens here. But I think Ravana, great counterpoint. A little bit surprised to see the Izanami here. Izanami's not something we've seen a lot in comp. It's going to be the Mercury. This is going to be Kleena ADC, I think. Or is it Kleena mid? That's the question. Nope, it is Kleena ADC. So we're Kleena ADC. I love it, dude. I think this is going to be good. This comp goes hard. Kleena ADC can be really, really oppressive. You're into an Izanami that's going to be able to shred wave pretty well, so I think early on it's a little bit rough. But I think this Poseidon goes hard in this comp. We'll have to see how it ends up being played out. There is a Mercury, though, and Mercury can kind of just run it down. So let's hop into game number 2, Louisville versus Oklahoma State University right now. Also, I was incorrect. I didn't think that the Kleena would go any other role than jungle, but not surprised to see it go ADC here. I think this is a pretty solid pick. I think it does everything you want an ADC to do, and sometimes it does it better. The only thing you have to worry about with this comp for OSU is taking down towers. Your objective shred's good. It's just being able to group and take down towers might be a little bit difficult, but not that bad. I mean, Mercury's just going to punch a tower down. You have Poseidon to deal with that as well. That's my only like real legitimate concern. Where on the side of Louisville, I mean, I like this idea of going Merlin and Ares. You're setting up a lot of damage there. You also have this Surtur that can set up a lot of damage, but I don't know how Izanami is going to feel safe here. I have a feeling that she is going to be a point of contention of people to run down. Mercury, ran by Poncho here, is probably going to be focusing this Izza. In fact, I know that's coming because if you look at the start, we saw this last night in the OSU versus Marshall game, where OSU will switch up their starts from game to game, and they're doing that right now, where they have the Mercury, ran by Poncho, on this duo lane side, and they're going to quad pull these buffs. So in other words, they're going to pull yellow, purple, and green together at these back harpies and all hit level 2 while they ping question marks on the map. And then they're going to run to duo lane for a gank. And that could be huge. Depending on who the first blood falls on is actually going to be massive in that case. We do see Phantom Right and Iggy here. They're going to do the 3 pull camp where they do purple, green, and the back camps here all together as one. We'll have to see how this gank pays off. Obviously, the Ravana is going to know about it pretty early on, but not early on enough to be able to go over there and help. So, curious how to see how this plays out here for both teams. And again, what makes this pull hard is you have to have good clear, because the green buff now gives HP 5 to the camps around it, which means it will cause them to heal themselves. So that's one point of contention with pulling the green buff to the other camps, is it's going to heal. But look at this grouping here. They're all together, and now you have to worry about, they're all level 2. You're worried about a Kleena, though. You don't even expect the Mercury, and we saw this last night. I love this pathing here. Poncho gets... Oh, they're all behind him. Oh, this is absolutely terrifying for Louisville here. Good damage put onto Iggy. But who is the person they're going to focus? It has to be this Izanami. And does she have dash is the question. And the answer is, I don't think so. And now they've changed their target. Iggy back under attack here on the Ares. They have to get a kill here. They can't get nothing for that gank. And they are going to get a first blood. But it falls to the Athena. And that is not who you want to get the first blood. You want it to go to that Kleena. You want it to go to that Mercury. One of the two. You want them to be able to just push a lead very, very quickly. It will go to the Athena, though. And that's okay. That just means Athena gets Prophetic Cloak online way, way early. If that's the planned route here. And now, oh my goodness, Deceitful Ducky lives! Oh my goodness, just barely. It will live to see another day here, which is pretty wild. But on the other side, Great Value kills Poinkies. Then Poinkies turns around and gets a kill too. Kind of insane. A lot of little things happening here. But a trade out in the solo side is always fun to see. I'm actually curious about what happened. You know what? We're rewinding it. Chat. I don't normally do this, but we gotta know. We gotta know. Look, we gotta know what happened with these guys. Look at this. They're both like, all right, we can still fight. Solo laner mentality right here, okay? Solo laner mentality is like, I could go back in just one more time. Oh my goodness. Oh no, Great Value didn't rage out. I think if he rages out, he lives. Oh no, he used it to reset to get the damage, which he needed for the kill, but I think he might have been able to save it and try to Hulk out, but that's a long few seconds for that. Oh man. That's crazy. What a crazy exchange there on the solo side. Not something you get to see often between the solo laners, is them trade out, especially this early on. But we will see that this time around. And it is a different build for Great Value this time, as Binky picks up a kill on the Poncho that going for those right side or harpies. This gets picked off here by the Ravana and Merlin together. Unfortunate spill over there on those harpies. What I was going to say is this is a different start for the Kukulé this time. And now Iggy in trouble. The dash in by Koopstick is good. And left-hand Mori is looking to say, hey, maybe we can catch this Izanami too. Izanami has to dash away. And this is scary. If Koopstick can get online earlier than the Izanami with this Bluestone Solar build that's going to come to fruition soon, that's a tough time. But we do see some differences this game in builds. Lots of Bluestones this time around. So we'll have to see how that pans out for those that have it. Imagine it goes pretty good. But now we're just kind of back to farming. And nothing too interesting happening with builds right now. So we're just going to kind of chill. Just enjoy the farm. We do see on this right-hand side, it's Poinkies and Binky Baby are both here at this blue buff. I'm curious to see, where does Binky Baby go? And the answer is not anywhere interesting. Just going to get some more farm. It's nothing too crazy. I was curious to see if they decide to try to gank in the soul lane. They're not going to do that. They are instead going to just walk back, pick up a little Harpy, and then back to their base. And Iggy had to have heard that drop, so they're just going to run away. They're not going to bother stepping up to a Gorp fight. Instead, they do check it, though, so I guess maybe they didn't hear it. A little surprising. But, yeah, so far, so good. Just kind of chilling. But the Soul Laners are out here doing their best job to poke each other out again and see, can they trade another kill? And it's looking like they might be able to. Oh, Poinky is going into the air, looking for this ultimate. And here it is, lands down. But, oh, great value, lands the ultimate immediately on the landing. This is huge. This is a crazy fight between the Soul Laners. A great value. Turns it around and gets the kill as Poncho is making the rotation in to try to help. Wow, what a crazy fight there in the solo lane. Again, we don't usually see a lot of kills in the solo lane against each other. Just because of how tanky the targets are, it's usually just hard to get them, but great value showing that you can make it happen here, especially on a Kuku lane. Tam Morty gets a dash in and just fighting. Gets a taunt on the Phantom Right Iggy, just not afraid at all. Absolute insanity. Does have the Prophetic Cloak online early, like I said. Get that first blood on the Athena. That's the one good thing that comes of it. Now Iggy in trouble yet again on the Ares. And this is scary. You have to be able to walk away, right? No, they're baiting. Binky Baby is on the rotation here. There's the chains. They come through. There's one. There is 2 kills in favor of Louisville. One of which going to Binky. Actually, both going to Binky Baby. And that's to be feeling pretty good for this Ravana, who now has a lead against Poncho on this Mercury. But look where Poncho is. Oh, Poncho, great ultimate! Just takes out Phantom right at the tower, and left-hand Morty's already here to come back and help. Binky Baby looking for a fight. Does have a little bit of a lead here, but now it's going to be a 2v1, and can you turn it around? Can you get the damage off that you need to get a kill? And you better do it soon. There it is. Poncho picks up one, or sorry, Poncho gets picked up as the one, and now Binky Baby has to be careful here. Koopstick has made the rotation back, and Iggy is here too, though. It is a 2v2, but I don't like the trade that possibly happens if Koopstick gets that kill. Last thing you want to do there. The Soul Eater is online. It is stacking. It's stacking relatively well. Wants to get that cooldown online sooner rather than later. And right now, 5 prophetic stacks here for the Athena already at 6 minutes into the game. You know, speed running the prophetic stacks is always a good time, especially when you're not having to fully int for them is especially good. Again, look where Poncho is. Poncho clearing these right side Harpies. Couldn't look to make a play in mid. Solid getting a ton of damage off here on Deceitful. And look, there it is. Poncho is here. Says, hey, do you want to flicker away, Merlin, instead? Oh, my special delivery. Unfortunately, isn't going to be able to land a kill there. But a Bastion will fall, and that's a free 75 gold. So you don't complain about that. And now you just go back to the drawing board and say, hey, when can we get a pick to go pull the Gold Fury? Great value. Getting rotated on here. Binky Baby is here. This is a scary time. Left-hand Morty gets the ultimate, though. The ultimate's good by the Kuku lane now. Binky Baby's looking for a kill, but the taunt's even better by left-handed Morty. Oh, my goodness. What an exchange. And what peel by left-hand Morty here. But not only that, great value, just perfectly timing that ult to make sure live to see another day. We do have a 1v1 happening over in the duo lane. It's Coopstick versus Phantom Right. Kleena versus Izanami. And nothing will come of it besides Coopstick eating a ton of poke here against this Izza. And Izzo does do that really well. Can 1v1 well, can fight in waves really, really well. So that's the one thing you have to worry about. Coopstick not necessarily at the high enough power spike to be able to do something with it. Now the ultimate comes through by Poncho. It's going to be a kill on Phantom Right yet again after Deceitful Ducky falls to the Ares Merlin combo in the mid lane. OSU was able to answer back almost immediately. And right now, the gold lead is just very, very minimal in favor of OSU. It's about 600 gold. Nothing to write home about as of yet. Small gold lead. But that's better than what they had last game. Last game around this point, they were down in gold and had to fight their way back in. And man, did they. So game number 2, starting off with a little bit of a lead and cranking it out slowly but surely. Back over the mid lane, we have the Athena Poseidon combo. Getting ready to fight the Ravana Ares combo. Instead, OSU will back off, said, hey, we're not going to pick that fight right now. Not worth it. Instead, we're going to look for our camps. We're going to look for some farm. And that's the right play here. But now look at this. Iggy stepping up, looking for a play on Poncho. But is there going to be a play there? Deceitful just walks up and fights the camps. And now Poncho gets pulled in by the Ares chains. Oh no, OSU could be in a little bit of trouble here. The blink is good by Binky Baby, but can they get follow-up damage be there? Is where there's the ultimate, but a Kraken comes through, but it's not enough to get a kill. Poncho's low, left-hand Morty's low, and look who's coming into the fight. It's Coopstick looking to say, hey, oh, maybe I can do something. Wait a minute, there are 4 people here. How about not and say we did? And Coopstick will walk away and live to see another day, even though the purple buff will be gone. This is an unfortunate circumstance here. These Soul Landers really boxing it out. 1 in the red threshold, 1 in the yellow for health. And now it's going to be a Gold Fury pull here for Louisville. Coopstick was around, wasn't able to actually capitalize off of it. And Louisville will pick up the Gold Fury there, and along with that, pick up a lead. About 500 gold in their favor. But so far, nothing too crazy build-wise. Pretty standard builds. I will say, you know, we see the tablet. It's already got 9 stacks on it. That has to feel pretty good if you're here on this Poseidon. And actually, I'm kind of surprised to see it on Poseidon. I actually have not tried tablet on Poseidon, but I am surprised to see that be the item built here. Right now, both teams looking for picks to just try to set up the rest of what they want to do. And Poncho gets a great pick on the Iggy, but there is the chains. The chains bring in the Athena. But oh my goodness, left-hand Morty gets to dash away and live. That's absolute insanity and just frustrating beyond belief for Louisville. You think, oh hey, we're going to kill this Athena, and by then we'll go pull an objective off of it. Instead, they TKO the Athena. And now they're going to get a Pyromancer anyway. I don't think Deceitful is going to make it in time. But maybe so. The Kraken's there. The Kraken's good, but it's not enough to steal it away. But a cripple onto the Ares. They're looking to try to find a kill here. But as of right now, it's not there. There's another ultimate expended for the Ares, and they still haven't got the kill. This is 2 ultimates down and nothing to show for it. You didn't get the Pyro. You didn't get the kill on the Ares. And that is just highly unfortunate here. Ares almost about to fall to a jungle camp because it stayed for the green, which is really, really surprising. Not sure that green buff is worth your life, but, you know, maybe it is in the case of what Louisville wants to do here. And now you have Phantom Right showing up to the purple buff. I can't imagine Poncho is going to let this go for 3. Now Coopstick dives in, comes through the wall, and it's good damage. But better damage by Phantom Right. Picks up 1 and looks for another. Instead, we'll have to back off. But on top of that, oh no, wasn't able to pick up the purple buff. Wasn't sure if it got picked up there, but it did get picked up, just not by Phantom Right. Unfortunate series of events there. But you live and you learn. About 800 gold lead here for Louisville. And nothing too terribly crazy here. We do see a Prid one being the next item built for left-handed Morty here. So that'll feel pretty good, getting that cooldown going along with that explosive shield after you ult. But on the left side, this is the one thing I talked about, is that Louisville has this opportunity to push down objectives pretty well. And now the chains come through, but it's not going to be good enough to shut down this Athena. Athena does get in there. And look who's making a rotation in. It's Bright. It's Binky Baby. Who, for some reason, I really wanted to call Mr. Brightside. I don't know why. I think I played against a Mr. Brightside earlier today. And that is what really made me want to say it. Unfortunate, really. But now we're kind of back and farming away. Great value out here fighting fighting Surtur minions. And now getting rotated on by, a Merlin, a Ravana, a Surtur. And there's no shot they let this man get out. But no, they do. He just gets to walk away. The Deceitful Ducky gets a cripple off and is trying to shut down this Ravana. And this is what Ravana does best. He dives a Poseidon. It's the one huge counter pick to Poseidon. Not that there's not others, but that's the one you never want to see if you lock in Poseidon, is going against a Ravana. But now Louisville is retreating here. They do not want to fight this. I can't say that I blame them. And then they're going to catch some damage on the Poncho. He's going to have to play a little bit careful here, as Kupsik on this Cleo is holding wave and just being a bully to this Izanami. Phantom Right really probably not too happy about this matchup, to be completely honest. And now you have Solid, you have Iggy. They've all made the rotation in. Is it going to be fast enough? Athena makes it in, but Kupsik will fall. But damage almost confirms the life of the Izanami. There's no way. Oh my goodness. If I am this Izanami, I am dead. And now Louisville picks up not just one, but 2 kills, which is kind of huge for them. Spending their gold lead to about 1,200. Again, not insurmountable for OSU, but, just things to be aware of. As Deceitful Ducky goes to look at the Gold Fury, sees that no one's there, so drops a ward. And Poncho is looking to pick up this gold buff. And with no one being there, I'm curious to say, are they going to pull it? Oh my goodness. If Poncho walked up any sooner, Phantom Right is not having a good time, is all I'm saying. But right now, everything pretty even. Nothing. Oh, Poncho gets aggressive here. Blink dashes, gets the beads off of GR Solid. Now Iggy steps up. Iggy, I'd imagine, has to be looking for an ultimate on this Ares. Instead, isn't going to find it. And now Louisville looking towards the Gold Fury here. And if you're OSU, you can't, let these go multiple times. And they do step up. Deceitful Ducky is there. Throws a tidal wave at it. Throws the Whirlpool. Throws a Kraken. OSU confirms the objective, but now they have been ulted. The chains are good. The Ravana goes in on the Poseidon yet again. Talk about a counter pick. But Iggy now in trouble. Iggy doesn't get out this time. It has been trades across the board, 2 for 2 in favor of no one, really in favor of OSU, because they got the Gold Furies. It now becomes a 3 for 3. 2 people left on each team, and honestly, I think OSU could fight it if they knew it's a low health Izanami, and they do as the poke comes through, and Poncho picks up the triple and puts him down, and now it is a Twinkies that's on the map and being looked at, but instead they say, hey, it's probably a better idea. Let's go ahead and push some waves. And this is how you want to do Fire Giants. You want to, or sorry, not Fire Giants. This is how you want to do objectives. You get the objective, get the tills, push the waves. Obviously, if you can do that with Fire, super, super sick. We're able to do it with Gold Fury that time, Oni Fury being the next one that comes up. So especially with the Oni Fury, that's going to feel really, really good. Unfortunately, it's not the Fury they got this time, but the Fury that is coming up. Right now, we do see them pulling Pyromancer. It's slowly going down. Oh, but a great taunt here by left-handed Morty makes sure they can't go in and steal it. And OSU picks up another objective here and opens up a little bit of lead in their own favor. Iggy with the chains. Barely gets one, but the Kraken from Deceitful is so good as the ultimate came through there for Poncho. Now Coopstick looking for more, got one kill, and they're saying, hey, we know they can't aggress on us. We know we have the advantage. Okay, so we'll just go pull a Fire Giant while Deceitful just, zones out on this Poseidon, keeping people from walking in. The Surtur is going to be the one that's tough to keep out, especially with the ultimate that Surtur, has, able to go up in the air and just cause an absolute ruckus upon landfall. And here it goes. Poinky's up in the air. Poinky's looking to try to steal away Fire Giant. No. Falls the other way. But the little minions are there. Will end up falling. But then again, on the side of OSU, you lose the Athena of left-handed Morty. Now Deceitful Ducky is low too. Coopstick looking to make a rotation in to try to turn something in the favor of OSU. And Phantom Right will live with probably like 27 to 35 health, if I had to absolutely guess. Crazy idea that the Izanami is allowed to live there. But Poncho goes, no, you're actually not allowed to live. Let me Sonic Boom my way in there. And definitely does that. Yo, give me Street Fighter Guile Mercury. I would subscribe to that. I would pay money for it. It would be sick. Louisville walking back, looking to reset, looking to get their items on the board here. We do see the Surtur build has Contagion, has the Glad Shield, has the Oni Hunter's Garb. Meanwhile, Great Value picks up Mystical Mail, Glad Shield, Prophetic Cloak this game. A little bit of a different look here on the Kukulane, but nothing to scoff at for sure. And I think it's definitely a good build so far. And now OSU has a 3-man rotation over here. There's the dash. The blink is down. There's the Athena ult. Now Phantom Right is definitely not in the right. Going to end up falling here under the tier 1 tower. Duo side. Phantom Right pays a visit to the gray screen, but look who's on the way. It's Iggy. It's solid, and it is Binky Baby looking to try to turn this fight around in this 3v3, but a great taunt here by left-hand Morty. And now here comes the pull back in by Iggy. Iggy looking to do something, picks up the Athena here, putting in a lot of work on this Ares to just kind of will the team to a victory. And now it's Oni Fury pulled here by Louisville, and I'm imagining that you can't let that go for free if you're OSU, but do you have a choice? Do you get to step up? And I think the answer is no. Coopstick thought about it. Coopstick got bodied out of there. And instead, Coopstick's actually going to end up possibly dying, is going to die. Unfortunate here on the Clio. And now it's going to be an Oni Fury in favor of Louisville. It's going to help him push those waves as Poncho picks up a kill on this Mercury. We should see a little bit of a reset here. Backing, getting some items online. Getting any farm off the map that's there for neutral farm before doing this Fire Giant dance and looking for a pick. Is from what I expect. You see a Staff of Mirrodin now for Deceitful Ducky. Interesting build here for the Poseidon. Not something I'm used to seeing, but I respect it. We do see that Poncho already has the Deathbringer. And again, has that Bloodforge. Looking to get the kill resets is going to be pretty big here on this Mercury. On the other side, you do see this Ravana already has, Brawlers, Jotuns, Crusher, Heartseeker. I mean, that's just overall a good build. So, going to probably feeling pretty good. I'd imagine I'm going to top it off with a Bloodforge or a Soul Eater, but I'd have to imagine it's Bloodforge on that last slot. Now Louisville has some pretty good positioning here. I don't know if they know where Poncho is at. They do now. I think Poncho had an opportunity to just ult across all of them from behind as Poinkies. I almost said pointless. Poinkies, went ahead and teleported in, I think. No, it was a blink. Never mind. Blinked in. These had all of OSU kind of swap around their backs. They made sure there was always a presence around fire, but was able to back and buy what was necessary. Around this time last game, actually a minute from now last game, is when they ended the game number 1. And right now, this Fire Giant dance is something else. OSU does have a lead here, about 7,000-ish gold. More like 6,800, but hamburger cheeseburger at this point. They're looking to get a pick. They want a way to end this game. But who are they going to pick is the question. Who is their target? Because there's a few good ones as of right now that you don't have to commit your entire team onto to get the kills. But unfortunately, Ravana is on the way in. Surtur looked to be the option here because Surtur is, guess what, low. And now look where Koopstick is. Koopstick was in the wall, comes out of the wall with the dash, picks up Poinkies. And now they're saying, hey, is there anything else that we can grab before going back to fire? And the answer is no. Damage put out on the fire, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to not get stolen. OSU confirms the Fire Giant, and now they're going to look for more. It's a split fight. Binky Baby is the one that 3 are on, looking to take out this Ravana, and it's still alive. Binky Baby might be able to get out for a little bit longer, but no, Poncho puts him down, and now it's Phantom Right that's also in trouble here. It's a great ultimate off, which is a silence, ends up falling to Koopstick. And now it's a double kill for Poncho, a triple kill. And this is the exact same way Poncho ended the last game. Except they went for a quad. But still, same difference there. Great value off of that entire situation. And now they're going to be able to push Phoenixes down here if they so choose. Great value will back because, you know, as teleports can do that. Poncho picks up another kill and now goes Divine as left-hand Morty falls to the Phoenix, and they're going to go ahead and go on this Titan because no one's up for the next 7 seconds, and this is game number 2 for OSU to end the set. What a crazy play. It seemed like they were just going to fight and just slowly but surely end it, but instead a staggered deicide happens and they end the game. Wow. That's crazy. That is wild. That is not what I expected to happen. Like that game was like OSU had a lead, but like it was kind of like slow going. I was like, oh, that's kind of nice. And all of a sudden OSU's like, yeah, we're just gonna end it. They just put the pedal down into the game, and that was game number 2. Both go in favor of OSU this time around. Take a look at the stat lines here. You know, this Ravana, Binky Baby played really, really well that game. Had honestly just kind of popped off. It was a great pick in to the Poseidon, but wasn't able to, you know, set up much more than, you know, a few kills to go their way, and unfortunately they couldn't capitalize off that. Overall, good play by them. Side of OSU was pretty consistent here. I mean, the ward coverage, and we're talking about 13 wards between your mid and your support. It's pretty insane. And that's for both teams, by the way. I mean, literally a 1 ward difference there is kind of wild. But yeah, great games there. Really appreciate the OSU guys sending those over. I spectated both those games to make sure that they could happen, but I do appreciate them reaching out so we could get them casted. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to check one thing real quick, and I'll talk to you guys about something. But I need to check something real quick, so give me 1 minute. I thought about playing Last Spell tonight, chat. And no problem. No problem. Anytime, man. I'm going to be honest, chat. I'm going to go ahead and hop off for the night. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to cast, and I was glad I was able to. I am going to head out for the night. I'm going to go catch some Z's. I got a long drive.